What's up guys, I'm Duncan and welcome to a very exciting video. Yesterday Capcom invited me to an event in London where we got to play a full build of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now it's not the final build of the game, so if there's anything weird in this video, it's because of that. The final build is still in progress, but this is a very up-to-date build of the full game, and I ended up getting to play 5 full hours. And I got a load of footage, including 3 new, completely unannounced variant monsters, which is really exciting. When I got to the event, the entire thing was decked out. It looked like Iceborne. There was like Monster Hunter themed food, liquid nitrogen ice cream. I didn't care about any of that. I sat straight down with my good friend Socks, the community manager for Monster Hunter World, and we went full sweaty mode and tried to get as far in the game as possible. We were literally speedrunning through the game in order to get as much footage as the embargo allowed. It was very difficult to get to the end game content in the time allotted because this is master rank. This is tough. So all of these fights you're seeing on screen right now are exciting against monsters you've seen before, but let's talk about the brand new variants. We're going to have more in-depth videos coming out later on of like montages of these hunts, which is going to be really exciting, but for now we're just going to briefly go over each of these new variants and my feelings on them because I thought that'd be the best way to do the first video. So the first new variant that we ran into was the Viper tobi-kadachi. Viper tobi-kadachi no longer has the thunder element at all. He looks absolutely fantastic. I love this sort of like beige, snaky, scaly look that they've given him. He's always been the snake squirrel. Now he's more the snake end than the squirrel end. No more thunder element, but they have not made him weaker. They've definitely made him much more of a threat. He is now paralysis element, which is incredibly scary, and he's also toxic and deadly poison. So he poisons you or he deadly poisons you. Deadly poison chips away at your health insanely fast in Monster Hunter World. If any of you have ever been afflicted with deadly poison before, you know that you need to carry antidotes. All of this paralysis that he lays down on you, you have to carry those nullberries. This was an incredibly challenging fight. We did get to see Fulgur Anjanath during this hunt as well, and he just yeeted tobi-kadachi across the field. We do have footage of the last part of that encounter. Unfortunately, later on, I did get to fight Fulgur Anjanath with Socks because we did get far enough that we got to do that hunt. But it was right at the end of the event, and I forgot to stop recording. I clicked the stop recording button, and I just closed my laptop, and so I corrupted that whole fight. So thank you so much to Arex from Arex Gaming. He gave me his Fulgur Anjanath footage so that you could see that good big boy on your screen now. The Fulgur Anjanath fight was super fun. It was very challenging. He has a very Zenogiri mechanic where he's got rage, but he also has the becoming fully charged. When he's fully charged, every single one of his attacks is thunder element, and he's a real threat. Now, Fulgur Anjanath has been announced before. That's not one of the 3 unannounced. I just wanted you guys to quickly know that I loved that fight, but unfortunately we won't have an in-depth fight video against Fulgur Anjanath because I managed to corrupt that footage. My apologies. I'm so sorry. It hurts me more than it hurts you, I promise. Other people will have in-depth footage, including Arex Gaming, who you should definitely go and check out. Not that he needs any shoutouts from me. Moving on to the next variant, you had a choice. You could either take on the Puke variant or the Paolumu variant first. Yes, we got a variant of Paolumu. We chose to take on the Puke. It's the coral Puke, and he was a super interesting fight. Puke, as a general thing, is a poison type monster, but now he's a water type because he's in the coral highlands. He's eating different nuts. He's not eating poisonous nuts anymore. He's getting his sort of water from the nectar in the big plants, and instead of shooting poison balls at you and stuff, and very rarely using his tail squirt attack, this Puke focuses on the tail squirt attacks. It's almost constantly shooting jets of water out of its tail. It's a little disturbing, but it is very threatening. It does mean that if you're in front of him, you can definitely hit him very hard, and I actually had a great fun using the greatsword against this Puke, a weapon I'm not notorious for using. I'm sure if you've watched any of my Monster Hunter streams, you know I'm not the greatest greatsword user in the world, but I had a lot of fun with the greatsword against Coral Puke. It was absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed the fight. Lots of meaty chops on that face. We absolutely nailed this monster. We took it down so fast. Speedrun strats, sweaty mode, Duncan and Socks engage. We were also joined by Willis Gaming, who, if you know him, he's a very big YouTuber for like Borderlands and Destiny and stuff, but he plays Monster Hunter on the PC too. He wasn't so used to the PS4, but he was a very competent hunter, and we had a very good time. So Coral Puke, absolutely awesome, and look forward to the full fight montage of this beastie, because you're going to see some really cool, like, true charge slashes doing like 800 plus damage, knockdown, Socks and I comboing it, and we're CCing it constantly. It was a really fun hunt. After that came the most challenging of these new variants, the Nightshade Paolumu. We all know how much I love the floof bat. The floof bat is one of my spirit animals. I refuse to kill the floof bat. We always capture the floof bat, but I've always thought that he was a little underpowered. Like, he's a lovely, big, floofy bat, but he was really easy to beat. So I went into Nightshade Paolumu with the heavy bowgun, and oh my lord, regrets. I am not the best bowgun user, and while the new heavy bowgun super scope option where you can adjust your critical distance is absolutely awesome, I was trying to learn it while also learning to fight this new and much more devastating Paolumu. This thing can put anything to sleep very quickly. It surrounds itself with clouds of sleep status, and you just can't get through it. You're always going to sleep. Remember to bring your energy drinks, because if you don't, you are going to go to sleep. A Baroth rocked up, screamed in the face of this Paolumu, and he was like, nope, go to sleep. And just put the Baroth to sleep immediately. This thing was really, really scary. It actually carted me using the heavy bowgun, and I then switched to gun lance. I was like, nah, I'm not about this life. I'm not about to cart again. So I went and switched to gun lance and started tuning it up. But even then, I was having issues with those clouds of sleep. He just absolutely spams the area with them. Absolutely the master rank enemy that I wanted. Real threat. Master rank is way more challenging than high rank. It's a real step up. I'm really, really happy about that. There are a couple of things that I can't share with you due to the NDA, but Master Rank's going to be super, super cool. I promise. There's so much cool new stuff. We're not allowed to show it, but I promise it's great, and it made me very, very happy. So moving on from the variant monsters that we got to fight, those 3 new variants are awesome. I am going to have full fight montages on the channel either today, later, or tomorrow, depending on editing time, but it's going to be awesome. You're going to enjoy it, I promise. And Monster Hunter World Iceborne has so much content that I wish I could talk about it because I'm so excited, but I'm afraid I can't. After all of these variant monsters, we got to take on a monster that has existed for a while in the Monster Hunter series, but it is new to Monster Hunter World, and that was Barioth. Now, Barioth has never been that challenging to me in the past. I've never really struggled with Barioth, and while I put in work in this, and, you know, I put socks on my back and carried him along, you know, I put Willis Gaming on my back too. I was hunched over and struggling a little bit. Socks thought that he knocked down the icicle on the Barioth, but it was obviously me, and there was like a 10-minute like discussion where we had to like scrub through footage to prove that it was me that dropped the rock and not Socks. Socks misses rocks, alright? We can tweet that at him if you want, at SoxyBear on Twitter. He said he'll strike this video, but I don't think he will. No, Socks fought amazingly. Charge Blade against Barioth, very challenging to use. I was going easy mode. I went like full defensive gun lance with like guard level 5 and guard up, so I could just block everything and not struggle. But managed to not cart against the Barioth. Very happy about that. But the fight was absolutely awesome. I really, really enjoyed the Barioth fight. I think that he is absolutely sort of the apex that you want to see, the first level apex, because obviously we're going to have more than one apex in this area. But he definitely made like the Beotodus that we fought earlier on, and the Duramboros that we fought earlier on, and things like that much easy. But sorry, Duramboros, the Bambaro that we fought earlier on. Much easier. We did not fight a Duramboros. I cannot confirm that Duramboros is a Monster Hunter World, and I apologize for saying that. Memes! But yeah, no, the Bambaro and the Beotodus, they were a lot of fun. Sock said that the Beotodus has been dunking on a lot of newbies, but that we were very experienced, very sweaty, and we took that on. But the Barioth was absolutely a challenge, and that's the first Apex that we get to encounter in Iceborne, and I'm really, really excited to have an actual challenge there. The story behind it's absolutely awesome, but I can't talk about it, so I'm sorry. Guess the story away in the comments down below, but really, really had a lot of fun fighting Barioth. The final thing I want to talk about, and this is really, really important, the most important thing that we discovered in the demo by so far. For those of you who don't know, when the Monster Hunter World demo came out, the Iceborne demo, I spent maybe 9 hours in total, about 3 of which were on stream, trying to capture a penguin in my net to have a pet penguin to bring back to my house. And I can confirm for you right now, world exclusive news. All right, world first news. You can capture the duffel penguins. They're called duffel penguins. You can capture them. They're so adorable. You capture one and they all start freaking out and waddling away and trying to slide away from you. I caught a whole bevy of penguins. I was really, really happy to catch a whole bevy of penguins. It made me very, very happy that I'm going to be able to fill my house with duffel penguins. So the most important thing to take away from this video about all of these new variants, all of this new Monster Hunter World stuff, is the fact that you can capture duffel penguins, you can have duffel penguins in your house, and while I wasn't able to record this, I can tell you this, and that's that when they're in their house, they don't stick to their area, they just follow you around like you're a penguin mum, and they just follow you around, they're like, wah, 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 like weirdos, and they waddle around following you around your house, and that's going to be basically my entire experience of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I'm going to be the penguin hunter, I'm going to get a load of penguins, and then I'm going to have them follow me around the house. I really hope you enjoyed this video and the info dump with all the brand new exclusive information about the variants and all that good stuff in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. There will be a lot more Monster Hunter World Iceborne content coming to this channel, especially when I can start doing set videos again, which I'm so excited about, with new armors and weapons and sets and optimization, because that's what I'm all about in Monster Hunter. So I'll see you guys with that when the game comes out. There will be hunt montages of all the hunts we've talked about, except for Fulgur Anjanath, because I'm really sorry I corrupted the footage. I'm a bad man. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!